We are live. Hello to everyone. Hello to those who are catching the replay. Hello to those who are already here and waiting. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Let's say hello to some people. Best Yet Journey says she's ready. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. Hello, C. Thomas. How you doing? Welcome. Y'all, excuse me. My children just brought me some lunch. We having a really late lunch today because the morning has just been nuts. But if I have food in my teeth, don't pay no attention because I just got finished chewing, literally. Ready for this old man nap. All right, Farmer Q. All right, all right. Everybody, let me know that you can hear me well. Drop some nines in the chat for me if you can hear me okay and you can see okay. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome, Auntie Ellen Pankey. Welcome. Hi, how are you? It's so great to see you in the house today. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden. That's my sister. Hey, Pit Stop. How you doing? Solar Family Travels. Welcome. Hello. So glad to see you. Hi, Ann Dale. Welcome. So glad to see you in the chat today. Foster Family Fun says she's ready. Thank you for being here, sis. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Who else is here? Hi, Veggie Farm is here. Hello, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you. Taishi 23 is here. Welcome, Taishi. So glad to see you. Thank you so much. All right. Great, great, great. I got some nines. Hey, Mountain Grandma. Welcome. How are you? It's great to see you today. Hear and see you well. Great, great, great. Hi, Black Coffee says, hey, Gigi and fam, at work listening on the sidelines. My manager just keep talking. Tell the manager to take a pause for a second. Take a pause for a hot second, Black Coffee. Welcome, sis. It's so good to see you. Miss Anna Nana, welcome. So good to see you today. Hi there, Grace Ortiz. Please keep those eyes on the road and hands on the wheel. Driving and listening. That dude, Candyman, what's up, GQ? How you doing? Welcome. Hey, Miss Vanessa Buckner. How are you doing today? Welcome. So glad to see you in the chat today. So, I am going to jump right into this because it's something that I need to talk about it because I talk about it kind of, sort of all the time. But we need to go back to the beginning, talking about herbs, herbal medicine, do's, don'ts. Let's just go back to the beginning because I've been getting lately like an influx of questions. Some of them regarding the Goldenrod video that I did, must have been last year. I made a Goldenrod tincture, and so a lot of people have been coming to me about that particular tincture that I made because now everybody is seeing goldenrod. Miss Ann said one day, now that she sees it, she can't unsee it, in so many words. And that's literally how it is. So when you start to see all of that yellow, it's like around here, we literally have like fields of it. So once you know what it is, you can't unsee it. Hey, Coupon Gail, how are you? Welcome. So glad to see you. Hey, G Mama Grows, welcome, welcome. So yeah, once you see it, you almost can't unsee it. Okay. And so it's gonna be like that the more you all get into identifying herbs. It's gonna be more and more like that. You're gonna see more of that type of thing. Okay, I'm gonna change the name a little bit so that this doesn't flag. But Bittens Alba is another one. And it typically grows in areas that are around the goldenrod. And so you'll see this little white flower with a yellow center. And it's also called Bittens Alba is the name. I'm saying Bitten because I don't want to say, the president's name, okay? Because they like just flag everything. Um, but we have some right outside our front door. We have Goldenrod right across the street. And then there is a empty field that is down the road from me that there is like tons of Goldenrod out there. And so, hey, Miss Joy, I've been trying to send you a message. You don't never check your Instagram. Miss Joy, send me a hey, this is still me on Instagram, because we had a lot of issue with hackers and things making accounts for people and all that type of stuff. Just send me a message saying that this is still me, and I'm going to add you back to the chat, Gardening with Joy. Okay. All right. So now that that's done. So the name escapes me, but the real name of it is Bittens Alba. All right. So it's kind of everywhere now that I see it. Now that I know what to look for, it's kind of everywhere. And so what happens is when you start to see these things, when you start to see things that you recognize as being something that is herbal and something that is medicinal, the first step is you're going to want to jump out of that car and you want to go over to it and you're going to want to snap some off. Okay. And that is fine so long as you're doing it in a area where you have more, open fields, woody, to the point where you're still seeing your bugs, you're still seeing the spiders. Listen, the goldenrod, spiders and other bugs absolutely love goldenrod, but you will see more spiders in goldenrod than anything else. So once, hi Lisa Williams, welcome. You've been eyeball. I know you've been eyeballing that goldenrod, Lisa. I know you've been eyeballing it. So um, that can be number one. That can be number one. Make absolute certain that if you are going to stop in an area because you see this field of beautiful yellow goldenrod, you want to make absolute certain that there has been no spraying or anything happening in that area. Okay. And my nose, I'm sorry, y'all. I was eating and it was spicy and I love spicy. So I wrote down some things that just came to my head, and also in relation to some of the questions that I was answering as it relates to the safety of herbs. Miss Ann said, yes, the spiders are everywhere. Yes, it absolutely loves them. Hey, Lady Cheryl, welcome. How are you? Hey, Natural Diva. That's my friend. That's my friend. Listen, Natural Diva. She did these. All the nails that you see me wearing in the videos, Natural Diva. That's who does them. So this is her personal Instagram account, but yeah, she's the one who does my press-ons because I'm a gardener, so I wear press-ons instead of them other things. Hi, Jay Weezy 3-in-1. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Jay Weezy. The spiders. I used to be definitely afraid of spiders when I was younger, before I had kids. When I had kids, like, I had to girl up. I had to girl up because when the spiders came, the baby couldn't kill the spider. So mama had to do it for him. Now, back to this. So number one was, if you're gonna harvest some herbs from an area that you see beside the road, you want to make absolutely certain that this area has not been sprayed with any type of chemicals and pesticides and that type of thing. Because along the roadways, like, do some history of some of the type of stuff that they spray along the roadways, along the medians and all of that stuff. Listen, it is not good stuff. and you really don't want to do that. So the reason that I go and buy seeds for things like dandelion, um, if I had not been familiar with that field and known that they don't spray jack over there, they don't spray anything. It's just literally just like an open field of this yellow beauty. So I did go over and I went up into the field. I was scared. I was scared, but I needed that goldenrod. I was gonna have to fight something that day because I needed that goldenrod. So I went up in the field and I harvested my goldenrod from that field because we're in the county, they don't spray jack. All right. So one other thing that's really, really, really super important. Another point is if you are with child, if you are pregnant or you are nursing, please, please, please get with a herbalist, get with a holistic practitioner if you are into doing herbal treatments, even making herbal tinctures. You need to know everything there is to know about an herb before you ingest it if you are pregnant and if you are nursing. Just like the mint family, for example, I just give you one example of being pregnant and needing to avoid certain things. So the herbs in the mint family will cause contractions in a lot of women. So you want to definitely make certain that if you are with child, if you are nursing, that you are avoiding herbs that are in the mint family, like in the mint family, not just spearmint, not just chocolate mint, not just one, but in that entire family. Like you'll see things that you'll be like, oh, that leaf looks like mint. Yeah, probably because it's in the mint family. So you want to make you want to take special precaution when you are trying to bring a child into the world. Okay. Let's see. Number 2, if you have high blood pressure, you want to do in-depth research on what you can take that will not increase your blood pressure. Okay. Herbal medicines can also do things to harm you if you don't understand what you're taking. Okay. That's number 2. Number 3, and this is one thing that I've always practiced, is to never take a mixed herbal concoction. So when I'm making herbs, when I'm making infusions, I am going to start with just like I just made a rosemary. I'm going to start with just rosemary. I'm going to start with just dandelion, just burdock, if you get my drift. All right. So remember that that's really important because what you don't want to happen is you start taking this new herb and then it's got 3 or 4 different things in there. You have a reaction to it that's not a great reaction. You have no idea which one of the herbs in that concoction caused the reaction. Okay. So for me, I always start with one herb at a time or if I'm going to buy tinctures from someone, I'm going to start with the simple tinctures, something that I'm interested in that is going to be doing whatever I want it to do to my body. I'm going to start with the individuals first. I'm going to try the individuals. And then if I discover that, licorice does not do anything to me, Pineapple sage does not do anything to me, et cetera, doesn't do anything to me. If I know those as an individual, then when they put things together, then you'll know that, okay, the last time I took some plantain herb, it really did something to me. And wow, I didn't even read well to see that there was plantain herb inside of this. So it kind of helps you to weed out some of the things that are not good for you. Okay. Um, let's see, I don't know what number we're on because I've been skipping around, but the next tip is to read books and ask an herbalist. I should have said this from the beginning. I am not an herbalist. Yes, I have taken classes. I've taken a couple of courses. I have been working with them since, I want to say, the late 90s, just for personal use. And so I've come in contact with a lot of herbs over that, what, 20-year span. I've come in contact with a lot of herbs. So what you want to do is make sure that you are asking an herbalist, a real herbalist, somebody who is trained in this, somebody who has been working with herbs for a long time. Ask them about things, because there's going to be some things that they can tell you about certain herbs that is going to help you to avoid some things that you may not even see. Okay. Mountain Grandma says, I think it depends on the herbs, and then also the more herbs in there, the less likely you'll be to have a reaction, because the amounts of each are smaller. It depends on who makes it. It depends on who makes the herbs. So the safe way to move is to take the individual herbs so that you'll know what you are allergic to or have some sort of reaction to. Okay. So if you're new to it, I would not recommend you taking mixed herbs, no matter how little could be in there, because even that little amount, I got a family member who smelled spearmint and start having anaphylaxis. So the amount of herb does not matter. It really doesn't matter. It depends on yourself. It depends on your body. It depends on, what your body and your system can tolerate. So that's just my opinion. Okay. Next. Oh. Let me keep on that. Get your books. Get books. There is a ton of information that is out there, and there are some amazing herbalists who have been in this thing for a very, very long time. They've been in for longer than I've been alive. They have been already working with these herbs and things. Okay. So get your books and read those books. If you don't have the money, to buy the books, go to the library, because guess what? Your libraries are still there, and they are still an incredible resource to be able to help you to learn things that you need to learn. Okay. So use your library. And if you can afford to buy several books, then you go and you look on, the Bay, you look on the Zon, wherever you're going to get your books from, and ask some older family members, because I guarantee you some of the older family members, see, they were in tune with nature. They were in tune with what we needed. They knew that everything that we needed to heal us is already here. They know it. They knew it. So, hello. Hi, LP. Hi, Newark Gardner. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. So glad to have you guys. Hi, James Franklin. How are you? Yes. So, do your research. Do your research. There's a lot of research that goes into learning anything. If you're going to become a pro at anything, and I don't consider myself nowhere even close to a pro, because there's only so much that I have focused my attention on. If I find an herb that I like, that's what I focus my attention on. Bougie Prepper, hello. I have not seen you in a while. Welcome. Welcome. So glad to see you. So there are so many things that I don't know about it, but I know the basic safety that is going to really help you. Now, you can fight it if you want to, but it's going to be at your own expense. And you don't want to do anything that's going to harm you or harm your family. Auntie Ellen says, we hardly ever use pharmacy prescriptions growing up. We didn't either. We didn't either. Honey, yeah. We didn't either, Auntie Ellen. I'm just going to put it like that. Another tip is be patient with your research. All right. So just like I said, I have taken several classes. The one thing that I have not done is to take a day trip and to get with an herbalist and like shadow them. That's what I have not done, but I have a friend who is an herbalist. She grew up, her mom taught her, she grew up. They forage for their food. They are completely off the land. They don't eat the stuff that we eat. So my goal is to go out and spend some days with her and learn some of the stuff that she knows. And I feel so much more comfortable with saying, okay, hey, this is for this is for that. You can use this for that. You can use this for that. But if you have this issue, then you may want to cut this one out altogether. You need to use this one dry. You need to use this one fresh. There's just so much to learn. All right. And so use your books, use your libraries, use your herbalist, use your seniors in order to get the information that you need that's going to greatly benefit you. All right. Keep a list of potential side effects of each and every herb that you decide that you're going to ingest. All right. And this is another reason why you cannot start taking stuff. You got to do the research on each herb that you're going to take, regardless to the amount of the herb there is, because you just don't know what it's going to do to you. All right. Only way that you're going to know, just like with Western medicine, the only way that you know, and they give you written side effects because somebody has researched it. Somebody didn't just jump out there and decide that they're going to just take stuff, you know. If you're moving to the other side and you're deciding that, you know what, I'm going to use less and less of that. So I'm going to find something that helps me with my headaches that I have. I'm going to find something to help me to release water with water retention. I'm going to find something that helps me with blood pressure. You know, so the way that you're going to do that is by doing your research. Don't depend on other people to do all the research for you. Okay? Don't depend on other people for that. Make sure that even when my doctor tells me something, when I go to the doctor, when my doctor tells me something, I'm going to ask her, tell me about the side effects. That's the first thing I want to know. She already knows me. Tell me about the side effects. And she starts out with, my job is to do no harm. And so the side effects of this medicine are A, B, C, D, all the way to Z, because they always have lots of side effects. Which one tends to be the worst for most people? Okay, that's my next question. Which one tends to be okay? Okay, Lady Cheryl, take care of your customers. Um, Hello, Blacks Tropical. Welcome. So glad to see you. Um, so which side effect is the most severe of the side effects that have been reported? Should be your next question. Now you do that with your doctors, you're gonna do the same thing when it comes to taking herbs. Okay. So you want to make sure that you go into those herbs and that you're really like you're doing your research. There's nothing that is going to change that. Nothing's going to change that. Um, yep, research. I believe that for every and anything in all aspects of things that we're doing. Absolutely foster family fun. Absolutely. Everything that we do, we research it first. When we get ready to choose a career, we research it first. So this is no different. And as a matter of fact, this is much more important because this can be a matter of life and death. Okay. This can be a matter of life and death. So this is so much more important than, the money stuff. This is so much more important because guess what? If you do something to maim yourself or to harm yourself, you can't go get the money anyway. So make this a priority. Like in life, the older I get, the more I know that there are a list of priorities that take precedence over money. I didn't know that when I was young. I didn't know that, but I know it now. And so when I'm talking to you about being safe, I'm talking to you about making sure that you don't do anything to harm your family, then like this is important. Rambo Green Hands, hello, welcome. Lisa Williams said, my doctor always says, yes, I know you don't like taking medicine. Nope, sure don't. What can I do naturally? And guess what, Lisa? A lot of times they have no idea because, see, they're still practicing what they're doing. They're still practicing what they're doing there. Okay. So they have no, a lot of them have no interest. They have no clue or no interest in learning about natural ways because guess what? That's a patient lost. That's a patient loss. If you start to heal yourself naturally, that's a patient lost for him. Okay. Natural Diva in here has been a customer of mine, a customer and a friend for I don't know how many years now. It's been a while using my natural soaps. A lot of allergies she has. And I hope you don't mind me saying this, Bay. Bay was here Saturday night. And so, we cool like that. But I hope you don't mind me saying that, you know, she can have reactions to so many things. And that's why she's here today, I'm sure, in this live, so that she can know some of the stuff because we were out in the yard, we talking about some of the stuff that's happening in the garden, and I'm going to help her set up her garden as well. So she'll tell you that this is something that this ain't new. This is not anything new. This is something that I actually put time, effort, energy into to make sure that I give her and people like her the absolute best that I can. Even something as simple as a soap. Okay. Make sure that you know what is happening so that you can educate your people about what it is that they're going to be putting on their body because your skin is the largest organ. Okay. Sapphire Diamonds and Pearls. Hello, beautiful sister. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you today. Food Forest Permaculture. Hey, welcome. So glad to see you, Howie. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. LP says it is good to keep up to date too. They're learning new stuff all the time, but the balance being how do you learn without scaring yourself? That's where I fall off. And let me say this to you, LP. When you educate yourself, you don't have to be as afraid, okay? So, yeah, there's always going to be a little hesitance when you start to take something that you've never heard of before, that you've learned can really help some issues that you're having. So, when you educate yourself, that's how you can take away some of the fear. It's the same thing that's happening right now with this food shortage that people keeps trying to deny. It's the same thing. When you open your eyes, when you look at history, when you look at what's happening around you, and you start to see things, you start to experience things, then you already know what to expect. So you move accordingly. It's the same thing. Um, Hold on, Lisa. I saw you say something, but my eyes get strained. Okay, you're right. I recently had my annual checkup and almost everything was on point. She and the nurse practitioner were amazed, still working on losing weight. Oh, girl, you like to make me say some bad words. We all working on it. We all working on it. We just gotta, well, let me speak for me. I just gotta be more disciplined. I just got finished eating some bourbon, some spicy bourbon chicken, and some honey pepper chicken. Had no business eating that, but guess what? I ate it and I enjoyed it. So got to do. It's not because it was free, little girl. My daughter in the kitchen talking trash. LP says my anxiety makes everything scary. Ask me how I went learning about botulism and poison hemlock. Oh Lord, and nightshade. Oh Lord, LP. I understand. I understand. A lot of people suffer from anxiety, and my herb area, my herb garden, and my little herb containers and beds and things are literally centered around things that you can take for anxiety. Because my husband has anxiety. Okay. Ramo says, if anyone in the chat remember that evening, we have with us, we eat whatever it is on the earth, come from the earth. Remember, the Bible have told us the herbs are healing for the nation. So what's happening? What's happening? Yes, Mountain Grandma. We all working on it. We're all working on it. Black seed bitters help with cravings. Yes, the bitters help with everything. With everything. Pit Stop still in here. I be messing with her all the time because she always talking about she don't like it. I don't like the bitters. I can just hear her saying it. But but yeah, bitter herbs like help with everything. So you gotta learn how to take these things, how to take these herbs and to utilize them for your benefit. Them groceries, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. So glad to see you. Yep, see, there go Pit Stop. There she go. There she go. I want everybody to tell her, eat it anyway. That's my girl. That's my girl. Hey Aroki, welcome. The bitter, say it again, Aroki, for the people in the back. Say it again, Aroki. The bitter, the better. Yes, I love the bitters. Me too. Me too. And I eat them raw just to be a gangster sometimes. The nasty stuff, always good for you. Bougie prepper, I'm telling you, always. It is always. Hey, Sammy Joe, how you doing? Hello, Gigi, all the wonderful people in the chat. I'll be listening. I'm canning milk. Look at you. Okay. All right. I haven't done that yet. When are you gonna start your channel though, and like give us some videos on that? Like, I love canning videos. I still love them. So yeah, so let's go to another point. Let's see. Gosh, I was scribbling because I was just like popping stuff off of the top of my head with a lot of these. Um, okay, I said that. I said the library is valuable. Okay, so you want to keep a notebook or a journal and you want to write this stuff in. Ooh, Howie. Ooh, Howie. Listen, if you remain raw vegan, it's going to eliminate all of those issues that you've been having, Howie. I'm telling you, it's going to eliminate all of those issues that you have been having. That is the only thing that works for me. But my hard headedness keeps running me back to the ribs and all of that stuff. But I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I just got to do it. So, Howie, I'm so glad for you. I'm so glad for you. And keep that up so that you can reverse all of that stuff that's been happening to you. And hugs back to you. Hugs right back to you, Howie. Don't be scared of canning. Go and watch. I was watching Homestead Heart's video the other day where she was talking about getting over your fear of canning. So when you get out of here, go check out Homestead Heart's video. I started canning watching Homestead Heart. I literally binge watch Homestead Heart canning videos for months because I was terrified. I was terrified that I was going to do something wrong, that I was going to hurt my family, that I was going to hurt myself. I was terrified, but I binge watched her videos for months before I even bought the canner. My husband went out and found me that canner. It was literally like the last one in town. He was at every store in town, spent all day going to look for this canner and finally found it. And then I bought a book online. And then Erica Taylor sent me 2 ball canning books. So you got to take your resources and utilize your resources. And that's going to take that fear away from you once you actually get your hands in there and actually get it done. But Homestead Heart is incredible with the canning. Okay, Gardner Tweety, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Welcome. So glad to see you. All right. Let's see here. What else? What else? What else? Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody comment. Yes, migraines are no more due to raw vegan. Yep. Got to get back to it. Got to get back to it. And see, my problem is I think I'm more rebellious because like I really don't have like any health issues other than the thyroid imbalance thing. But I got to find out what is causing the thyroid to be imbalanced. You know, that's the thing that we haven't been able to find out over all of these years. Okay. So, but I know that when I started eating raw vegan, like, baby, my energy level was through the roof. I was all over the place all day. And I was resting better at night. Okay. Yes, Homestead Heart is an amazing teacher. She's an amazing teacher, and she has tons of videos on canning everything that you want to know how to can. I need to work on my reflux, but I think I have to get back on the omeprazole for a bit because my attempt to heal naturally has not been working, and it's been a year. And you know what? There different things work for different people. So my husband has GERD, and one of the things that works for him is taking turmeric. But don't just take the turmeric by itself. You want to either cook the turmeric in your food or you want to mix it with some black pepper. What that's going to do is the black pepper activates the turmeric so that your body can absorb more of it. Okay. So there are several things that you can try. Apple cider vinegar works for some people. So you just have to kind of just keep testing. Like, don't give up. Don't give up. The omeprazole will work good for some people and it'll keep it at bay. But over time, if you build up damage in your esophagus, then you'll still notice that the omeprazole may not be enough. Okay. So it's something that we've been working on for a very, very long time as well. So I'm sorry that you have to go through that because, I have watched my husband suffer for a long time with it. Um, I love smoking ribs and stuff, but we're toning down how often we eat them. Now, can you talk to Eco Neighbor for me then and tell him to tone down? Because I be trying to do good, and a lot of times I do good, and then here come Eco Neighbor with some ribs. Y'all saw that plate he brought me yesterday? Ribs and steak. I have been canning for 10 years and still love her work. Yes, I mean, she gets it in. She gets it in, and I absolutely love it. I love it. Go canning with someone that has done it before and you'll make it. Yeah. Yeah. It makes a world of difference. It makes a world of difference to have somebody there you feel like that's just gonna, be there on that with you. I'm going to start my canning journey soon. I binge watch Homestead Heart. Also, good for you. Good for you. Canning is awesome. Like once I got over that initial fear that I was not gonna do something to blow this thing up on me, then I was good. Tracy Jones, what's up? What's up? We make golden milk. You know what? A friend just shared that recipe with me, the golden milk, and I had no idea what it was. She vegan. She's completely vegan. So she shared the golden milk with me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, girl, I gotta try that." Um, he doesn't have to take a prescription. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. But when you have GERD, you get flare ups that are like way beyond this prescription that you take once a day. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to make him some of that golden milk though, because my friend literally just gave me the recipe last week on the golden milk. So, definitely got to do that. Yes, you can anything but meats in a water bath. Yes, 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 yes. James Franklin. um, let's see. Lisa, I saw you. I saw you say something. I used to deal with chronic pain and fatigue due to fibromyalgia. I started using turmeric with black pepper, more ginger, apple cider vinegar, and most recently sea moss gel with burdock root and bladderwrack. Boom. Yes, that part right there. Matter of fact, hold on. Okay. All righty. IB Guard is a great alternative. It's expensive, but they have coupons at Walgreens. Okay, Pitts. So Pitt says IB Guard, LP. I definitely need a hands-on teacher. I'm so scared. And guess what? There are a lot of people who can. So get with somebody who can walk you through it. And I promise you, once you get through that first time, you're gonna feel so much more comfortable and so much more confident with it. Um, my man used to take that and it causes kidney issues. Stop immediately if you can. See, here we go. Always a side effect. So going back to even the natural medicines, make absolutely certain that you're doing your research on what type of side effects these things have. And typically, when you get in side effects with natural things, it's because you're using it in quantities that are large. And they'll tell you that on everything, make sure that you're not taking such and such more than, 1,000 milligrams per day, or 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons or whatever. They'll tell you how much that you can take safely so that you slow living Jane so that you don't harm yourself or somebody else. Hey, slow living Jane, how you doing? You're not gonna blow anything. You're not gonna blow anything up. I promise you, I think everybody feels like that when they first start to can, but when you do it, you're gonna feel so much better about it. Hi, Midnight Green. Welcome. How are you? So glad to see you. And hey, Donnie, Growing with Donnie is here, guys. Welcome, Midnight Green, because I don't think Midnight Green has been here before. So please welcome Midnight Green into the chat. They won't blow up. They have a safety valve to present it. Yeah. And you leave that canner alone and let that canner cool down. Don't let it go over, like mine has a gauge. And so when it starts to go more towards, because in my area, I can at 10 pounds of pressure. So if it starts to go, I like to keep it between 10 and a maximum of 12. So if it starts to go over 12, then I'm adjusting that canner. Okay. Well, the heat. I'm adjusting the heat. I ain't touching that canner. I'm adjusting the heat. I'm adjusting the heat so that I don't burn myself or I don't cause any unwelcome surprises with my canner. Okay. Pitts, you can do it. You can do it, Pitts. I believe in you. I believe in you. I know you can do it. All right, let's get another one. Okay, I guess I should have said this one earlier. Research the contraindications of all herbs before mixing any herbs together. And we kind of sort of talked about that already. So, just like with Western medicine, it's the same thing. They have medicines that are contraindicated for, say, you have a seizure medicine and you're having a headache medicine. Those two could cause some issues. You also have things like grapefruit that is so powerful that it can lower or eliminate the effectiveness of Western medicine. Okay. So you got to read and you got to research and you got to know that if you look into each of these things, if you look into all of this thing and look for the contraindications, when I go and research, I'm literally putting in contraindications of this herb with this herb, and I've actually found some. So there are certain things that you don't want to mix together because you're going to have some issue. All right. Hi, Solar Family Travels. Welcome back. Great to see you. All right, let's see. Okay, also, when you're working with natural medicines, know the difference between tinctures, infusions, decoctions, and other stuff. Okay. There are many ways that you can put your, prepare your herbal, infusions, concoctions, tinctures, whatever. So do your research on the best ways to prepare each herb. So lemon balm, I have lemon balm growing out here in the yard. And I absolutely love the lemon balm tea because it's so relaxing. Like I canned some of it along with some ginger and some other stuff. I think some turmeric and ginger and lemon balm. So I canned some. So I have some still on the shelf. Okay. So that's one of the herbs that you want to, make sure that you're using fresh plant matter when you make teas, for example. So just look at all of the things that can go right with it and all of the things that can potentially go wrong with your herbs. Okay. I love lemon balm. Oh, I love it. I love it. It is just a great tea. And another one that I recently I planted back in May. At the end of May, I planted pineapple sage. That was my first time ever planting pineapple sage. And so I was like, all right, so this is something I need to check out. I need to make me some tea out of this because I want to see what it's like to dry it, what, like what it's going to look like. I want to see just kind of everything about it. And I was like, oh, it can make me sleep better? Really? Let me make some tea. So I took it and I made some tea. But listen, y'all, I apparently made the tea so strong that it put me out. Woo! Listen, it was some good sleep, but I didn't even know I had gone to sleep. That's how it put me out. I had no idea that I had gone to sleep. Another thing I learned about it is that I don't want to dehydrate it anymore. From now on, I want to cure it instead of dehydrating it. But I got to get me a little bag or something that I can cure it in. So it's essentially it's the same thing, but your plant matter will still look like really fresh plant matter. Have you seen people who they're selling dried herbs, but they're still so pretty? They still have, their oranges and their yellows, and the green still looks green rather than gray, and all of this stuff. That's what I'm talking about. So you cure it instead of dehydrating it, and then you get to maintain that color. You get to maintain some of the scent to it. Yeah, oh, I agree. Ooh, it did me. It did me. G Mama said that's why I started using pineapple sage. It did me. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So let's see. What else can I tell you all? So the differences. So infusions. So infusions are like a long brewed tea is the simplest way that I can explain it. So if you were to put your plant material in boiling water, and then once it comes to a boil, this is how I like to make mine. Once it comes to a boil, you would turn the heat down to a simmer only. Okay, so you're going to bring it to a boil, and then you're going to turn it down, and you're going to let it simmer for maybe another 20 to 30 minutes, something like that. And then you turn it off, put it into, I like to put it in mason jars because like I use mason jars for everything, including drinking out of. So put it in your mason jar and put your top on it. Okay, so you want to keep that heat in there, and you're going to let that infusion, you're going to let it just infuse for 4-6 hours, something like that, just until it brings the temperature down. Now what I've discovered is that if you put it into the refrigerator and just let it sit overnight, you're going to get even more of that good flavor of your plant material. And then you can drain it and, drink your tea that way. Okay. A decoction is when you keep boiling for a while. Okay. And you're going to make a decoction with things like roots of plants. Like if you have burdock root, the root will be hard. If you have dandelion root, the root will be hard. So you want to make sure that you're cooking it for a longer period of time, or even things like berries, like your elderberries. I make the elderberry syrups. It's literally a decoction because I'm taking the elderberries, I'm filling my container, my pot, my boiling pot, all the way up with water, distilled water. I'm filling it all the way up to the top. And then I'm letting it cook literally down halfway. And then I strain it, and that's my elderberry syrup. Okay. So that's how you do a decoction, is that you're going to let most of the liquid, or at least half of the liquid, cook down. And then you're going to get more of a syrupy consistency. Okay. And then the tinctures, y'all seen me make tinctures on the channel. So the tinctures, you are basically going to pour either alcohol, like I use vodka. That's what I use all the time. But you can use gin. Vin. You can use gin as well. The pot liquor. Yes, 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 Donnie. Basically, the pot liquor. That's what it is. We know it as pot liquor. Yes, that's it. So you're gonna use either vodka. Well, I recommend vodka because I have had fantastic results using vodka for my tinctures. I've also had fantastic results using honey. Okay. So just like the vodka is going to help pull out the nutrients of your plant matter, the honey is going to do the same thing. And they both make very powerful tinctures. Okay. So those are the differences. But make sure you're keeping your journal so that you're making notes about things when you learn about them, because it's a lot of stuff to remember. Okay. It's a lot of stuff to remember. We said that. I don't know why I put this in here, but what happened? I just saw a big blink. Did I lose internet? Am I still here? I just saw a huge blink happen. Am I still here? Drop some nines if I'm still here, y'all. Okay, I see y'all moving. Honey as a tincture. Oh, so I was gone. I thought I saw like a big blink or something. Okay, great. I'm back. Okay, so I think I put this in here because it related to salves. Okay, which I make skin salves, and so I put in the note, oil and water have never mixed, and they still don't today. Okay. They still don't mix today. They always require a preservative if you're mixing oil and water. So, hey, Calibro, welcome. Hey, Art Barnes, you up in here today? I'm so glad to see you today. Hey there, Rain and Love. How you doing? So make sure that, if you're making other things such as salves, that you're not using wet herbs along with your oils and your butters, because you're going to create a bacteria filled mess if you do that. Okay. And the goal here in using natural products is not to have to use preservatives. But when it comes to certain things, you know, just going back to my little kitchen creations that I used to make for my business, making body lotions and shampoos and conditioners and that type of thing. Yes, and you have to have an emulsifier. Yep. Yep, you have to have an emulsifier along with your preservative in order. The emulsifier is going to make that oil and water blend together. Okay, it's gonna bring it. It's gonna bring it together. All right. So let me give y'all a. Let me make sure that was all of my notes for that. Have a why. Have a why. Like, what's your point? What is your point in wanting to use herbs in the first place? So, not just because it's something popular, you know, but have a why. Have a why. The have a why came to me. All right. So, one of my favorite books. Let's see. I saw somebody say something about alcohol. Let me go back. Mm-mm-mm. I use her salve religiously. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Natural diva. um, I thought I saw somebody say something about alcohol, but I guess not. Oh, is the Everclear an alcohol? She was asking Garden of Twitty. Oh, Aoki said she mentioned Everclear. Is that an alcohol? I've never heard of the Everclear, but I'm thinking that it probably is a preservative. What she's mentioned it just because of the name of it. I'm thinking it's a preservative. It's grain alcohol. Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Just because it's legal does not mean it's good. Okay. Not when you're mixing it with herbs. So I'm going to say this, and I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Like Charles Barkley said, don't ever use full grain alcohol in your tinctures with herbs. Okay. Because grain alcohol in most places is illegal anyway. Okay. And you definitely don't want to use that because you don't have any water. The thing about using um, vodka is that if you have 100 proof, that means that it's 50% water and 50% alcohol. You need that water, okay, so that you don't harm yourself or anybody. Don't use no moonshine, okay? Don't use that with no herbs, okay? Don't do that, okay? Now, I can't tell you what to do in your personal time, but I'm just going to say to you that every herbalist that I've ever spoken to said, listen, don't you use that, okay? Everything that I've ever read, it says, don't you do that, okay? So you want to make sure that you're using alcohol that still has water in it. The other stuff is fun, okay? But don't do that. And you don't have to do any math or anything to try to figure out how to dilute it, right? See, Thomas, it needs to be diluted. With just buying vodka, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to try to get it right. It's gonna automatically be right when you pour that bottle over into there. Okay. Okay, Aoki. Gigi is not responsible for anything Aoki is saying right now. So keep that at the store. Okay. If you need to store up some, if you need to 190 proof, good Lord, face, your face is gonna fall off at 190 proof. Okay, you have the tools. Okay, Aruki says she has the tools. Okay, she have an alcohol proof measurement. Okay, she's safe. I believe you, girl. I believe you. I believe you. I promise. I promise. And so let me share with you guys a book. Um, and yes, now extracts, you can do that. You can do that. But yeah, when it comes to certain herbs, they are already so incredibly strong. When we were growing up, I don't know about you guys, but when we were growing up, we took um, honey and alcohol tinctures. So whether it is wow, she said it's legal in the DMV. Wow. I'm floored. Wow. Okay. I make vanilla extract with it and ginger liquor. Get out. See, all right. Okay. I'm just sticking to what I know. Okay. I can't tell you that. Or Oki can tell you that. James Franklin said he do it too. So he can tell you that. I can't tell you that because big bottles for less than $30. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm still gonna stick with this vodka over here. And when we get sick, I don't have to worry about this being something that I can't give to my legal age child and she be okay. So that's why I make honey tinctures too. I make the Tracy, I use it for vanilla extract and the Molotov cocktails. Molotov cocktails. Ain't that like a firebomb? Like, didn't they throw that at people or something like that? Like, Tracy, you all right? You okay, Tracy? I'm sure it's something that you drink. I'm just playing, Tracy. Well, so we have, we've used. Oh, we make the honey tinctures. I know it. I'm just playing hard. We make the honey tinctures, and let the young people have those, and then mix with rum. That's what I was thinking too, Gigi. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't heard of that before. I know that, yeah, that had to be a fireball. Road trip to see Aoki. Be prepared. Yes, Tracy. Yes, yes. You on my team. So, we used to have like as we got older, we were gonna have our little shot um that we took when we got sick or anything. Listen, if we got sick, then we were gonna have that little shot, you know. Mama gonna make some decoction of lemon water, some alcohol, some peppermint. Y'all ain't feeling me. See, I'm from the country. That's how we did it. We had that lemon water. We had the honey. We had the peppermint. Um, and if she decided to put something else in there, we stayed well. If we got sick, we weren't sick for long. We didn't have to keep going to the doctor all the time. Matter of fact, we ain't never go to no doctor unless unless it was something that mom could not control. That's the only way we went to the doctor. If when nothing broke, Mm-mm. If the cut was not deep enough, put a band-aid on it and let's keep it moving, because ain't nobody got time or money for that. So we took care of ourselves, and we got to get back to that. Um, Honey, garlic, cayenne, and peppermint with lemon for the kids, and boom, I'm telling you. And my family still does it to this day. I have one person that I know that has had a half pint bottle of, what kind of gin is it? Some kind of gin for 20 years. The top, like the little neck, is gone. And yeah, she had it for 20 years. And she showed it to us just recently. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I remember that. In Jamaica, they always say bush tea cures everything. And I hear that y'all are really in Jamaica. I know you're not in Jamaica anymore, I don't think, Rambo, but you're in the UK. But I hear y'all down there really hard on that lemongrass tea, fighting some stuff off. I hear it. I hear it, and I love it. I love it. Hey, Angel Love Garden. Welcome, sis. Great to see you. Great day, fellow earthlings. My best to you all. Thank you kindly, Gigi Naturals, for the fantastic gathering and awesome encouragement. Must go, and we'll see you again. Take care of yourself, Howie. It was great having you today. Take care. Be well. Yes, we were given, this is for entertainment purposes only, and we don't do this anymore. We were given castor oil back in the day, and we were given cod liver oil back in the day. And honey, when I tell you that was the nastiest thing that you ever wanted to put across your lips, but baby, you were well. For the majority of your childhood, you were well. We had to line up. There were 6 of us. My mom, yes, the asafoetida. Yep, I know exactly what it is, what you're talking about, Lisa. And the turpentine, when you got something hurt, all of that type of stuff. We did all of that. Um, what was I going to say? You threw me off with that asafoetida. You threw me off. That we would put a little bit in the baby's milk when the baby was colicky when they were little. And honey, when I'm telling you the old school stuff that we used to do with our kids, that came from our grandparents, giving us this information, giving us this stuff, we were not sick like that as kids. Nope. Wasn't no mixing, Donnie. We had to line up. We had to get in a line, all 6 of us, every year. I remember it. She would stand us in front of the refrigerator. Oh, Jesus. Oh, oh, Jesus. The flashbacks. I want to fight. I want to fight. Line us up in front of the refrigerator, and she'd be like, come on. Come on. Because she was not dealing with sick kids. She was not about to be around here dealing with no sick kids. Okay. So we had to get that teaspoon or tablespoon or cooking spoon. When you little, like it feels like she giving you a whole stirring spoon, like a cooking spoon full of this stuff. But I'm sure it was only like a teaspoon or something. But when they would give you the teaspoon, you took it and move on out the way. Move on out the way. Next, come on, move on out the way. And here we would be crying and everything, and it did not matter because she was not about to deal with sick kids all the time. Gigi, my grandmother had a bottle under her bed, and I'm telling you, no one knew what the heck it was in there. But if you take it, it tastes like death. If death had a taste, but you'll be better the next day. Exactly. 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 All right. Barbecue. Now they do, don't they? They do, don't they? New York Gardener. They say that. They say that. Listen, my mama still find her turpentine and go to, you have to go to the country to one of those old school grocery stores and you can still find your turpentine. My mom got some, and you can still find, if you find the old pharmacies, you can still find that as a fetator too. Yes, you can. I know, because when my baby was little, yep. Yep. Oh man, yep. Before you go back to school, yep. You can get mad if you want. What you were gonna do? You weren't visiting to do nothing about it, so you get in that line and you take that medicine. I only know one thing: Robitussin is the devil. Oh, and the people were making some sort of street drug with it. I can't remember which drug it was, but they were making some sort of street drug with it. And so they started to make you show ID in our area. I don't know about nobody else's area, but in our area to buy Robitussin, they started making you show identification and you had to like fill out a form in order to buy it. I can't remember if that was when they started making, I don't remember what it was, but it was something that was big at the time. James, you see, you know it. You already know it. You had to show that you swallowed it and that you weren't going to try to go and spit it out. I have a bottle of whiskey with a fat peppermint stick in it for the cough season, and you will be well, my sister. You'll be well. I'm telling you. um, Father John, worst stuff I ever tasted. Anything wrong? My parents gave me that stuff. We all did the castor oil, the worst. Yep. I hope they didn't. I hope they don't still sell that Father John in the store anymore. I don't remember the Father John, but it was enough stuff to wear, honey. Mm, mm. Whew. Foster Family Fund said they do that in her area as well. They lock it up. So it was meth. Okay. Rain and Love said it was meth. Hey, Rain and Love. Hey there. Yeah, we took turpentine too. There was no going to the doctor, not even if we were bleeding to death. She was back with the spider web on your cut and you kept on playing. Yeah, I mean, we were tough. Like we were tough. And yep, and it was the Sudafed they were using, those little red pills, I believe it was. They made us pay, show identification for that as well. Yep, they were making meth. Yep, they sure were. Yes, you just call purple, can't finish the whole name if they would get, wait a minute, it's called purple, can't finish the whole name. Oh. Okay. I think I got you. I think I got you. Yeah. We ain't gonna say it. You need your ID now to get pseudoephedrine. Yep, been doing that. Been doing that. Let's see. I keep a small suture kit just in case. We gonna have to. We gonna have to. Look at look at look at Q. Q Kwame sneaking in. Sneaking again. Hey sis, how you doing? Be good. Be good over there. Be good. Hey AJ, how you doing? Welcome, FR Humphrey. How are you? Welcome. So good to see you guys today. Can't that turpentine make you go blind? And worse, that's something we made up as kids to guilt parents. I don't know. All I know, I don't ever remember taking it internally, but if we got injured or something, then they would make a pack or put the turpentine on you some type of way. Older people now, the old school old people who still trust nature will use it if they have what's it called, shingles. That painful inflammatory condition called shingles that affects a lot of older people. Our barn said, my grandfather said when we grew up drinking pine top tea in North Carolina. Wow. Huh. I've never heard of pine top tea. I've never heard of that. Hey, Miss Shirley Weems, how are you? Welcome. She said, monitors, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, fam. Thank y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our barn said she was typing too fast. Are you talking about pine tar? Hold on. Was it pine tar? Because I got some pine tar up under my counter right now that I use in soap making. And it is friggin' incredible on the skin. But let me tell you, the smell, baby. I remember people talking about the cow chip tea too, Newark Gardner. I remember people talking about that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You just have to kill me because I ain't drinking it. We used to take turpentine on sugar internally. I don't remember what it was for. F.R. Humphrey, you healthy? You well today? That's probably what it was for, to keep you nice, healthy, and well. Yes, shingles is the absolute worst. It is the worst. And then the commercial rolled by and said, if you've ever had, talking to the baby boomers, right? If you have chicken pox, then the shingles virus is already living in your body. What? So you're trying to tell me? Anyway, I'm not going there. I'm gonna let them have that. My grandmother made talent from pig fat and rubbed it on our chest and back and stuffed us under quilts to sweat out the cold. We smell like a big piece of bacon that can last forever. Yeah, I mean, we did all of that stuff. We could not. Let me tell you, when they put you in that bed, ain't no moving. Ain't no moving. Okay, it is called pine top or piney top tea. They were country. Yep. I'm not gonna forget. I ain't gonna forget. I just read about pine tips. Okay, I'm on the lookout. And Dale said, "Hey, Miss Ann, what exactly is cow chip, Dunny? You don't want to know, Dunny. You don't want to know. I think you already know. Gross, gross, gross. Ain't doing it. Ain't doing it. Okay. Q said, check your Walgreens. I found vitamin E and cod liver oil on clearance, and yes, the dates were good. Okay. All right. So whoever wants some, y'all go for it. Y'all go for it. I use it on my hair and skin, but that's about as far as I'm going. I'm just traumatized. Like, I'm traumatized from childhood. Okay, I'm taking notes over here. This live is super informative. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're able to get something from it. All right, so one of my newer favorite books is this one, and it's called Prescriptions for Dietary Wellness. This is one of my newer favorite books. I've had this one for maybe 3 years now. Hold Let's see when it was published. It's been out for a while, I think, though. But I've only had it for a couple of years, and I love it. And I almost forgot that I had it, but I love it because it goes into telling you about not just the fancy stuff that you've never heard of. It tells you even about collard greens, like how beneficial collard greens are for the body. It tells you about okay, so the pomelo. We have the pomelo growing in our yard. I know most of y'all, if you've been around any length of time, you already know. So it's talking about the pomelo, it's talking about red bananas, it's talking about tamarind, um, it's talking about breadfruit, guava, horned melon, kumquats, lychee, um, plantain, persimmon, passion fruit. This book is Prescriptions for Dietary Wellness. Prescription for Dietary Wellness is what it's called, by Phyllis A. Balk. Okay. I love this book because it's going to give you some of everything, not just about the fancy stuff. It's going to give you recipes. Like it tells you about quinoa in here, and then it'll go and it'll give you some recipes on how you can cook quinoa. Um, Quinoa stir fry, fruit and oatmeal cookies made with quinoa, a quinoa pilaf. Mom was right. Eat your vegetables. It tells you about green leafy vegetable. It tells you about seed pods, roots, bulbs, tubers. Like this book is good. This one is good. I really like this one because it's more like some people try to talk over your head, you know, because they want to make themselves look smart. But I'm one of those, I talk plain so that people can understand me rather than trying to be fancy. This book does that for me. And that's why I love it, because it does that same thing for me. Prescription. All right, I'm going to give y'all the screenshot. I'm going to hold it up for 10. Here you go. Here you 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So that's it. I'm not sure what the price of it is now. You know, now that more people are getting into the natural way of doing things, turning, you know, away from a lot of the unknowns and going to another unknown, but actually researching and actually having more health benefits than negative side effects. I'm not sure how much this book costs now, so y'all gonna have to kind of check it out. But I know, because I don't like to pay, I'll pay up to $30 for a book. If you get much over that, then I'm gonna be kind of side eyeing, and I'm probably gonna go to the library to try to find it instead of buying it. That's just me, because I have lots of stuff to buy. I don't want to just spend $30 on every book I buy. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's it. And this is the second edition here. So they got one even before this. But it doesn't have a lot of pictures, but it's got a lot of information, and it has recipes in it. And that's one of the things that I was looking for. I was looking for something that was going to have some recipes in it as well. Because, you know, coming from, I lived in the South, I was born and raised in the South, been here all my life. So for me, we cook a certain way. We cook a certain way. You're welcome, Best Yet Journey. You're welcome, sis. Um, we cook a certain way. And so that certain way is, look at that. Look at Tracy. Look at Tracy done helped y'all with this. Okay? On thrift books for $4.99. Well, when I'm telling you, well worth it. Well worth it. So, what was I saying? So we cooked a certain type of way, and it wasn't always the best, you know. And when I got to my own home and had my own family and started cooking myself and learning how to use things um, in a different way to still give me great, fantastic flavors, you know, I started to leave a lot of the other stuff alone because listen, I can eat a piece of bacon, and if my knee isn't hurting, my head is gonna hurt. So for me, the older I get, I can't eat it. I can't eat it. I mean, I love it. I love it. But it's just something about certain cuts and all of that that I really cannot, I can't do it. Foster Family Fun, thank you so much. She says, this live is amazing, Gigi. I hope you download it and edit and make many into many videos. You have truly explained in an approachable way for beginners like me. Thank you. You are so welcome, and thank you. I really appreciate that. All I want is to give just some information that are, like you said, something that's going to help somebody like me, somebody that understands in plain language. Yes, I can get fancy. Yes, I can go to my husband to go with him to his boardroom meetings and hold conversations with anybody in there, yada yada yada. But I prefer you all. I like you all better. You know, you're down to earth, and I'm just this. This is me. I'm just down to earth as well. And I like for people to say things to me in plain English so that I understand everything that you're saying. All of those fancy words don't impress me. You know, I just, I have a phone. So guess what? I can look it up and see what it means if I don't get it. But I just prefer say things to me in English. This doctor got hard down mad at me one time. And this is why, you know, I try to make sure that me and my family stay well. This is the very reason. This doctor got so angry at me because I asked him to speak plain English when he's talking to me about my daughter. Okay. So I don't get down like that. I don't want to do people like that. And I don't ever want to make anybody feel the way that he made me feel that way. Like there was something wrong with me for asking him to explain what are you talking about with my daughter. So this is what he did to me. He went and asked for a black PA to come and talk to me. That's what he did to me, saying maybe she can understand her better. No, don't use all of these medical terms with patients. Don't use all of that with patients who are not highly medically trained. Look, I went all the way when I got out of high school. I went directly to tech school, and I went into the nursing program that they had at tech school, and I was going to be a nurse. And so that's why conversations I can have a lot of conversations with a lot of people about a lot of things that they don't think I should be able to understand because I was going to be a nurse. I went to I had 2 semesters left in clinicals. So I was going to have to go to clinicals. I was going to have to do my, my intern and extern, and I would have been a nurse. But they forced me. I went to work for a nursing home right after I got married. That same weekend after I got married, I had to start a new job that weekend. So I was going into the medical field. I told them, I don't want to take what you're asking me to take, what you're requiring, what you're mandating me to take. I don't want to take it. And they were like, even back then, either it's this or you're going to have to find somewhere else to go. And so I was 19, let's see, I was 20 years old because I was 20 when I got married. I was 20 years old. So I went for it and I was like, dang, I want to get this experience and yada, yada, right? I want to get this experience. I'm going to let one of my moderators deal with that. I want to get this experience. And so I went ahead and did it. So needless to say, I got so sick. I got so sick till I thought I was dying. And I can't go into detail about what was happening to me because it's too much for this. It's too much for the platform, all the stuff that was happening to me. And so from that day forward, I was like, middle finger, middle finger to you. And thank you. Thank you, Foster Family Fun. See, I got snipers in here. Don't come in here with that bullshit. I got snipers in here. All right. So anyway, I never took it again. And we try to stay well so that we don't have to deal with that. Okay. There's a whole lot of that type of stuff that has happened over the years. And so we're just like, nope, we're going to stay well. We're going to do everything in our power. We're going to research. We're going to learn how to use these herbal treatments. We're going to learn how to use whatever we need in order to stay well. And that's what we've been doing this whole time. Okay. So yeah, snipers on the loose. Yes. My mod squad. Yes. Snipers on the loose. Got him quick. Got him quick. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's just a little bit of some of the reasons why I have morphed into who I am today, because I started at a young age with dealing with some old ridiculous stuff, and I don't allow anybody to tell me anything today when it comes to that. I don't know. You're not going to bully me, and you're not going to force me to do anything. Miss Ann, I'm here listening, but my snipe is ready now. They already got Miss Ann. They got your back though. They got your back though. So yeah, Sammy Joe. I don't play any games. I don't play any games. When it comes to my health, when it comes to my family's health. So that's why I came in saying, listen, there are some things that you need to know. And listen, there are a lot more things than what I shared with you today that are safety measures, but those are some of the things that quickly came to the top of my head. They quickly came and I was able to jot them down really quick and go ahead and put this notification out this morning. So yeah, I'm just I'm focused on making sure that people stay healthy. I hear a lot of conversations that are happening, and a lot of people are getting exposed to my videos and things. And so now they're coming and they're asking questions. So I wanted to just start there, but I'm going to go into detail on some different herbs and things, some of the things that we have used and experienced over the years. Okay. And I know a lot of you have, had different teas made out of different things, etc. And so we're going to but a lot of times, we'll take stuff and we'll drink the teas. If mama or grandma or auntie or whoever gives the teas to us, but we really don't understand like why they gave the teas to us. All we knew was that it made us better. So let's educate ourselves to the point where we can say, okay, I know that this particular tea, that dandelion, is going to do this for me. It's going to release some of that extra water that I have. My feet were swollen today. Let me get me some dandelion tea because I need to release some of that extra water on me. And guess what? That's going to also keep water from building up around your heart as well. So there are so many things that we can do to help ourselves. And we are at a point now where we got to help ourselves anyway. We don't have really any other choice but to help ourselves anyway. So the more research that you're able to do, the better you and your family are going to be. And so that's my goal. That's my goal, is just to help in any way that I can with things that I learn. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about certain things because if I haven't used it, then it's probably something that is just going to be like third party hearsay. And I want to not do so much of the hearsay. So I'm going to leave the things that other people have used. I'm going to leave that to them. I'm going to allow them to talk about that. If it's something that you've used and that you studied and that you understand, or you talk to an herbalist and that herbalist is able to tell you A, B, C, and D about it, what the side effects are going to be, if it's going to contraindicate with any other herbs that you might be interested in, etc. So that's it. But get you some books. GT Junior, hey buddy, how you doing? If you're going to, if you don't want to buy the books, if you don't find books on these great websites that they have for sale, then go ahead and go to your local library. We all still have libraries, and deal with your older community. Deal with your older seniors that you still have in your life, because guess what? They are libraries. Okay. I know what you mean, Gigi. I studied to become a heart surgeon. Yes, took a different path. I have a long history of biochemistry and toxicology education, yet I always can learn and keep researching. And yes, my undergrad degree is in sociology. And so that's what we do. We research. We research everything because we want to know why the why happened to the why and why the why was on the why in the first place. So that's literally what we did. And I was actually going to pursue my master's in mental health counseling. I decided against that, but we'll talk more about that on tomorrow's live. So always a student, always a student. And I tell my friends and my family, I am a forever student. Whether I decide to continue to get that degree or not, makes me no difference, because guess what? I got so many books to tell me everything that you think I don't understand. All you have to do is read. All you have to do is read. Everything you want is in a book. Yes, we are lifelong learners if we apply ourselves in that way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, while the why was on the why in the first place. Literally, that's how sociology works. Like we want to know everything about everything, and yeah, why the why was on that doggone why. So yeah. So thank you guys for coming in. That went a little bit longer than I anticipated, and I'm sorry to hold you all for that long, but I want to just make sure that you all, get like the basics before you go and dive in head first. I wanted to make sure that you all get the basics and understand how to go about learning about these wonderful herbs. I absolutely love them. So I hope that you all were taking notes, but you can always go back and watch. If you missed something. My Miss Shirley Williams said, my granddaughter said, I'm the oldest student she knows. And guess what? You are smart, grandma, for being the oldest student that she knows. Yes. Yes, you are. So thank you all very much for being here. And we'll be live at 5 again on tomorrow. And so I will see you guys then. Awesome live. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad I was able to stop in. I'm going to watch the beginning to see what I missed. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Cool. All right. Okay, guys. Take care. Much love. Peace to my family. And I will see you guys on tomorrow at 5. Take care, guys.